Hi guys, I'm Jo Tompkins from Now Tech Tribe. If clients say that you're too expensive when you're trying to get them booked in, you're going to want to watch this training. So I've got quite a number of points that I want to get across over the next 10 minutes or so. First off, sometimes we might think we have a problem with pricing objections and with people saying that we're too expensive when actually there is no problem at all, and it's actually just part of running our business. So the first thing that I want you to just take a look at and just figure out is, do you actually have a problem or not? Because I think sometimes we take it very personally when someone says that we're too expensive, and all of these really scary thoughts come into our head of like, oh my God, I must reduce my price, and my mum told me so, and oh my God, this person was right, and yeah, oh my God, who did I think I was trying to charge that? And we feel like we should lower our prices based on one or two people saying that we're too expensive. Here's the thing, and hopefully this is going to make you feel much better about it. Every business on the planet gets pricing objections, and it is completely normal to have people say you're too expensive. Okay, that is just part and parcel of running a business. There are things that we can do to reduce the number of people that are saying that, and sometimes it might be that you might have a problem, in which case, we're going to dive into that, like I said, over the next 10 minutes. But the first thing I want you to think of is, do you actually have a problem? Or actually, is it just random odd people here and there saying that you're expensive? And if it is, I want you to just let go of that. I want you to really honor and trust in your prices that you have set. Like, you've set them there for a reason. And I promise you, even if you were charging half the amount, you'll still probably get some people saying that you're too expensive, because you are going to be too expensive for some people. And that is absolutely okay. In business, we need to get really comfortable with objections. We need to get comfortable with hearing that word no, because you're going to get it. In order to make sales, so in order to get the bookings coming in, we will get objections. We will get people saying no as well. And that is just absolutely fine. The other thing that I want you to just think about with this is, we can often think that everything is related to our price. So I see this all the time with my Now Business Success Club members, is they'll say things like, I've been following your scripts, because we give them these scripts to follow so that they can convert more of their inquiries. But I've been, as soon as I give them the price, people don't book it, people are saying it's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. And because they're in my coaching group, I'll ask, or they come on the coaching calls as well, I'll ask to see their screenshots of their messages that they've been having with some of their potential clients. And more often than not, actually, the nail tech or the beautician thinks that because they've once presented the price to the clients, they've been messaging backwards and forwards, they've given the client the price, and then the client's gone cold, so they've ghosted them, they haven't responded, that it's the price that's the issue. And it goes to show just how our money mindset as nail techs and beauticians needs to be up leveled, because we automatically think it's the price that's the problem. A lot of the time it isn't. A lot of the time we think that the problem is the price, but actually the client didn't say that at all. So also, if you're watching this, I would before we go into how to resolve this issue, if you do have one, I really just want you to go back and have a look and think. Go back through some of the messages. I always recommend for my MBSC members, my Now Business Success Club members, to record every single month or every week what inquiries they get. Did they convert those inquiries? What happened to them? Because if you can measure and you know exactly what's going on, you know whether you've got a problem or not. Whereas a lot of the time, you might feel like, oh yeah, I do this, and it's completely fine because we've all been there, we've all done it, is that we base our decisions on our business on what we think is happening rather than what we know is actually happening. So I want you to just take a step back before you think, oh my God, I've got this massive problem with pricing and, I need to change my price and blah, blah, blah. Before you do that, I really want you to look and think, do I actually have a problem in the first place? Or am I just expecting too much or not expecting people to have any pricing objections? So I've got my notes here as well. So if you see me looking down, that's why, because I just want to make sure that I cover off everything that I want to cover during this training, because there's a lot to cover on this. So first off, are you getting just a normal amount of pricing objections? I would say, to give you an example, if you were getting 10 inquiries a week and they were DMing you, or you were sending them probably DMing you or ringing you up or walking in the salon or whatever, if you can convert 25% of them or more, that is amazing. So I think sometimes we're also thinking, well, because this person's messaged me, like, they're definitely interested, I must have done something wrong if they haven't booked. There is not a person, even the best salesperson on this planet will not convert all their inquiries. That's just the way it is. People will inquire, they won't always book in. They might not be ready at that moment. So you've just got, I just want you to just let go of some of that worry and fear that you might be having when you don't really have a problem at all. Like, that's just the way that business is, and you're just not maybe so used to that yet. Because most of us, when we have a job rather than running our own business, we don't get objections every day, right? Like, we don't get that no, so we're not used to getting that. And then secondly, with regards to your DMs, when you're presenting the price, or you're going backwards and forwards in those DMs, having that inquiry, and someone then ghosts you once they've got the price, it isn't always about the price. Okay, so what it could be, and I know I am very hands up in the air like this, I do this all the time, people are busy, that you are not there. It's your priority booking them in, it's not their priority. And so, people get busy, they might be on half term, they might have this happening, I don't know, the dog threw up halfway through the conversation or whatever it was, and they might not respond. And so one of the things that you can do, so this is a tip straight away that you can do that's going to help you to convert more of your inquiries and let go of those pricing objections, is one, look at what they've actually said. Have they actually told you that it's too expensive and they definitely don't want to book in? If they have, then obviously we're not going to be pushing it. However, if they've messaged, you give them the price and then they just haven't responded, or they're like, oh, I need to check on something else, or I need to do this or whatever, I need to check my diary, or I'll come back to you in a couple of weeks, things too much going on at the moment, you must follow up. Do not tell yourself it's the price, because most of the time it isn't. We put so much emphasis and so much worry on what people think of our prices when it's not that big a deal to everyone. It's really not. There are so many people out there that are happy to pay your prices. You just need to let go of some of that mindset and money mindset and stuff that we have over it being such a big deal. Just forget about it. Whatever you charge is okay, and it's all good. Okay, so they're those two things. So that is first off, just checking, do I actually have a problem or not? If you still feel like you have a problem, so if you're like, you know what, I do get a lot of pricing objections, and I've looked back through my messages, and Joe, there are loads and loads of people that are literally, I can read it on my screen, they're literally saying, you're too expensive, or I can get it cheaper elsewhere, or I'm not used to paying that much, or my old nail tech didn't charge that much, right? They're the types of things that we tend to get. So how do you deal with those things? There are three main points that I want to share around this. Okay, so the first one is that you will get pricing objections and you will get people saying you're too expensive if they are expecting you to be lower than what they perceive. So how are you being perceived? How is your business being perceived before someone inquires with you? I want to give you a couple of examples of this outside of our industry. So I went to the Science Museum with my kids, and we came up, it's up in London, we came up out of Kensington Station, I think it was Kensington Station, and there was really grand steps, going up to these multi-million pound, really lovely houses or whatever. And anyway, on one of them, there was a row of shops. And there was these big grand stairs, that you six of them basically leading up to this hair salon. And there was a big awning, big fancy awning out the front. It had big double doors, leading into the salon. It looked posh, right? It looked posh. It would not have suited me, right? That is not me. But I would never have walked in there to ask how much it is, because my perception of it was that it would be really expensive, right? And I imagine it was, because it was in one of the most expensive areas probably in the UK, and it had it looked the part. And so, people who DM you and then you give them the price and they're like, oh my God, that's way more than I thought. Or sometimes they even get offended, right? What we need to understand is that they didn't perceive us in the right way before they messaged. And what we find, so my people that have worked with me in my membership, They have all of these problems that, we're discussing today, and all these things that are happening. But when they've been working with us for a while and they've worked on their niche, their branding, their professionalism, what else? Their social media, their photos, like the way they take their photos, the lighting, all of these things. When they work on them, you're not only just making yourself look a bit better online. Like it's not this mediocre thing that I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I just need to knock up a logo and I just need this and that will do. If you have that will do philosophy of your stuff, then when people come across it, they're not expecting you to be premium. They're not expecting you to charge more than maybe the NSS salon on the high street. Maybe they're thinking you're going to be cheaper. That happens, people will be like, oh, well, I think it should be cheaper because you're at home. But that isn't the case so when we've been working with people and we work on those things, actually what happens is you will start getting less pricing objections, because the people that are wanting the cheap option, so, they can go to the NSS salon, they don't have to book, it's very convenient, they literally can just walk in, pay them cash, get their nails done, walk out. It's quick, it's cheap, but you're not getting that care, you're not getting that attention, you're not getting the nice products, you don't get the nice colours. Like, there's all these things that you do when you're working from home and when you're working one-to-one that they don't get in the NSS salon, right? But people are perceiving, if you're not showing up in the right way on your socials, online, through any of your advertising and your marketing that you're doing, people perceive you to be like cheaper than what you are. And that's where you have a mismatch. And that's where you get lots of people saying to you, you're way too expensive. What we want is to actually, your marketing and advertising, to kind of weed out the people that are never going to be able to afford to come. So you're not wasting your time having all these conversations with these people that have got no money to spend with you, essentially. So that's the first thing. And we work on this in a lot more depth inside the membership. You absolutely can work this, like do this yourself. So you can come up with your niche, you can come up with your, unique selling points. You can, get yourself an amazing logo made. You can figure out your branding, really optimize your social media pages so they look super professional, like get them set up exactly as they should do to drive those inquiries so that you look amazing online. Like, you can look at all those stuff. However, if you do want help with that, and again, there's no like forced thing for you to do this, but if you do want to check out the Nail Business Success Club, the link's below, because in there, Anna, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 50% off your first month voucher as well, which means for £24.50, you get access to like 50 masterclasses, and a whole load of them cover even what we've been talking about already. Like making sure you know your niche, your unique selling points, that your branding is like incredible, so that when people come across you, they're not expecting you to be cheap, that your social media pages are optimized correctly, that your photos look amazing. We've got like photography masterclasses in there. Like, this stuff is not like an afterthought. This stuff is what is going to help you to earn probably double what you're currently earning, or more in some instances. We've had lots of people. So that's step one. So are they expecting the price to be lower? And can you do more to weed out the people that we don't want messaging us? Because, even if you were charging 20 quid, they're like, oh, it's still too expensive, I can get it done for a tenner. Like, we cannot operate in that way. We're premium nail techs, premium beauticians, premium hairdressers that even though we're sole traders and we may work from home and we may work mobile, we still want to earn great money. You don't need to have a salon to offer a great service and to offer a really premium option. We did it. Thousands of people, that my students inside the membership, they all do it as well. So you absolutely can. And we've got people earning £4,000, £5,000, even £6,000 a month just doing nails, beauty, hair, like not even doing a whole load of fancy treatments and things like that. Okay, so that's step one. That's part one, is they expect the price to be lower. Another thing that you can work on if you're getting too many pricing objections and too many people saying you're too expensive is presenting your price better. And by better, I mean well, so that they can see the value. Because once someone says to you, you're too expensive, it's kind of too late at that point. Because if they like, oh, you're too expensive, and you come back and go, yeah, but I include this, this, and this, and this, it's like you're like batting a ball backwards and forwards, like this objection ball. And it just feels a bit icky. It feels a bit desperate. And actually a really much better way for us to handle our objections is to actually handle them before before the potential client has even had them. So what we want to make sure is that we are presenting our price properly, as opposed to just like in a list with a price list. Like, because if you are £20 more or anything more than the NSS salon, and someone is looking around and you're just like, yeah, they message you and they're like, can I get a price list? And you're like, yeah, here's the price list. They have no differentiation. All they can see is the service and the price. They do not know why you are charging more. And so we need to make sure that we're presenting the price properly. Now, I want to show you something. Hopefully my technology will work a little bit here. Okay, fab. Let me just get this up. Okay, fabulous. I think this is working. Yes, right. So this script, we have these now in Beauty Business Script. So I just wanted to show you a couple of things in here. People get these when they join the membership. We give it as a gift in the membership when people join that. So again, if you want that, and you want to get access to this properly, because this has literally 80 scripts, I think, in it, everything that you might possibly need. You can see them all down the side here. We've got inquiries for gel nails, inquiries for tans, inquiries for facials, exactly what you need to do in order to, let me just put my face up actually so you guys can see me. There we go. Fabulous. Oh, I'm getting good at this tech now. Right, there we go. Yeah, all of these scripts are on here, and we either you can get this when you become a member of the Now Business Success Club. So at the bottom under this video, I'll put all the links, and I'll put that 50% off as well. We do sell this as a standalone as well, so I'll also put that in the link. But what I wanted to show you is just an example of how to present the price. So I'm just going to go to my inquiry for gel nails here, and I'm just going to go down to the. That over. I won't show you all the questions because it might overwhelm you a little bit just to watch this on this YouTube video. But if you do decide to join us, then obviously you can go through it properly. But we get down to presenting the price, which is where we give them the price. Okay. So here we go. So this person's like shellac. So we've got to the point where we've figuring out what it is that they want to have. And then we're like, okay, if they're pretty bad, in your opinion, then I'd suggest either going with, this is a pedicure one. I want to do gel nails. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, fabulous. Here we go. Okay, so this is the part where we've presented the price. Now you can see in here, they haven't just been so look, we're like, hey, I've seen your ad. Can I get some prices, please? I'm not like, hey, yeah, here's the prices. Let me know if you've got any questions. We go in with, thanks so much for your message. Of course, is it okay to ask a couple of questions to check what you'd like prices for and how I might be able to help? And then we basically go through a series of questions that we ask them, so that we can present them the price of the thing that they need, so that we can solve their problem for them. Okay, so all these questions help us to solve their problem. Why aren't they just going to the NSS salon? Why have they messaged me in the first place? We want to try and find that out without asking that specific question, so then we can present to them what it is that they want. So with this one, I have figured out, so, we're getting to the point where we're going to present the price to her, and we're like, oh, amazing. Okay, so my C&D shellac service includes cut and file, cuticle work, your choice of over 100 colours, free cuticle oil, blah, 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 blah. Plus, I come to you. So I bring my premium award-winning mobile service to you until 10 p.m, 7 days a week. The price is £40. I'm not always expecting new clients, but I am for October. And to go along with that, I'm offering all new clients a £5 off voucher, so the price would only be £35. Was there a specific date you were looking for? So there's a couple of things that I've done here. Just with this one bit of presenting, I just want to break this down for you. One, he very clearly knows what's included in the service that I'm offering. Then I'm outlining the unique selling points that my business has that not everyone else has. And you can see, I'm not like, I'm going to come to yours and set up and, we'll just do a mobile appointment. Obviously I know not everyone's award winning, but you can put things in here like premium, luxury, use ChatGPT to help you with this as well. I present the price, And one of the things that I see everyone doing is they go, the price is £40, but, or the price is £40. Mainly but. So really watch for your buts, because the but shows that you're not happy with your price. Okay. And then a little bit of scarcity here. I'm not always accepting new clients, but I am for October. And to go along with that, I'm offering all new clients a £5 off voucher, so the price will be only £35. So again, we've got the scarcity in there. And here, I have assumed that they're booking. This is so important. What I see most people doing is they give the price and they don't ask a follow-up question. Every single time you have any interaction with a client, you need to move them on, okay, to the next part. So you can't just not ask them a question, or they haven't got anything to respond to. You need to keep that conversation going. So that's just a couple of tips of what it is that we do with regards to that. Okay, and then last but not least, which I am just going to come on to. In fact, let me come back to you for a minute, and then I will come on to this as well. And hopefully you guys have found this really helpful so far. Loads of little gems in here. Let me just put my... How do I get that off? 1 second. Oh, you just have to see my head twice, I think, for a second. Oh, there we go. Oh. Just move that over. Now there's 3 of me. There's 3 of me now. Amazing. There we go. X. That's what I want. Okay, fabulous. Well, I'm gonna leave with the 2 because the tech is not playing ball. Okay, so we've gone through quite a lot. Just one more thing that I want to share with you. So we've obviously gone through, do we actually have a problem in the first place? We've then gone through, if you do have a problem and you are getting lots of pricing objections, what to do about it. So we've talked about making sure that you're perceived from the outset to be more expensive, to stop getting so many of those pricing objections. Secondly, we've talked about how to present the price again so that you don't get so many pricing objections. And third off, we need to make sure that we're not aiming our stuff at people who have no money, right? If you are trying to book clients in and you have got a niche that have no money or very little money and not enough disposable income to stay regularly with you, you are going to find business very, very hard. So actually, in order to make your life easier, to make your business easier so that you don't get so many pricing objections, you need to make sure that you are attracting people into your business that can actually afford to come. And again, this comes down to making sure that our marketing is correct, making sure that we know our niche. I've got a whole load. I'll put the links for this as well for you guys. I've got a whole load of niche ideas. Let me just share my screen again quickly. There we go, fab. A whole load of niche ideas. So I'll pop the link to this as well for you below. But and then again, this is something that a lot of nail techs and beauticians find hard to figure out. They get stuck on the niche because it's this marketing word that everyone seems to think it just means age, and everyone's but my clients are all different. Yes, everyone has that. A niche is not age. It can be age, but it's not age. It's not a demographic. It can be so much more than that. And I've put a whole load of ideas in a PDF for you. But again, if you need further help with this, being in our membership, if you do decide to join us at some point, again, you can do this on your own, but it's just if you want to have that help, being in the membership is great because you can jump on a coaching call with me and literally ask me, and we have this all the time. I don't know what my niche is. I've got all these ideas. I don't know what it is. What should it be? And literally 2 minutes on a coaching call, we'll have it nailed and you can start marketing to it and start attracting more clients in. And you've got options to ask that inside our Facebook group as well, and a whole load of trainings like masterclasses as soon as you join. You can literally join in a few minutes if you wanted to for half price of the first month, get access to the niche and unique selling point training. So you've got so much more of an idea about why it is that you're not attracting the right types of clients into your business that can afford it. Let me just show you here. Let me just, where is it on my, where's my list of, here it is. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a couple out just to give you a couple of ideas. Nail biters recovery specialist could be a great niche. People will pay more for niche services, right? Think of it if you had a bad back, Like you go to the GP, barely does anything. You go to like a proper good physio. I've got this at the moment. They can do acupuncture. They know exactly what they're doing, right? Like you pay to go to a specialist. A couple of others. I like this one. Short nail queen. Like, are you specialising in short nails? Or maybe you're specialising in long nails. Maybe you're specialising in extreme nails. Maybe you're an acrylic free tech. Maybe you're someone who is like everything's vegan based. Maybe you do mature and anti-aging beauty. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe it's non-toxic and vegan. We just talked about that one. Postpartum beauty recovery. How frigging niche is that? Probably not the best one because people might then, once they are gone past postpartum and they're back to normal, they might not use you so much. But there's a whole load here. Like Luxe DIY nail kits. There's so many. Literally, I mean, I've literally just, I don't know, put like 50 or something on here, but there's so many things. And again, we just come up with so many ideas when we're in the membership of things that we can do. So I hope you have found this so helpful. Let me just come back to you. You absolutely, like, what I want you to get from this is that, here we go. What I want you to get from this is that even if you are getting a whole load of pricing objections at the moment, how do I get this out? Can I get rid of this? No, I'm just going to leave two of them on free. Even if you're getting pricing objections at the moment, or people saying that you're too expensive, does not mean that you need to lower your prices. What it means is that you need to get better at marketing, better at sales, and learn more about this stuff. And this is how I had so much success with my nail business, because I didn't only focus on the nail and beauty side of it. I also learned how to sell, how to market my business. And when you do that, honestly, the world is your oyster. And we teach a thing called the fully booked advantage. So once we get you fully booked, you raise the price again. Get you fully booked, you raise the price again. And this is how our techs and our beauticians are able to earn, double, 3 times the amount than others who are in the same area, because they're using this strategy as opposed to just thinking, oh my God, someone's told me I'm too expensive. That means I can't charge that. And it comes down to confidence. There's a lot of things that we can do to help with that side of things as well. I've put some handy links below. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have, please let us know in the comments. Come and say hi to us. Come and let me know what was your biggest takeaway from this. And also, if you know others that you think this would be helpful for, please tag them into the training or share the link with them. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.